Hey y'all, welcome to my drunk kitchen, except the kitchen's over there. So it's my drunk without the kitchen. Damn, I'm just drunk. This episode's gonna be a lot of rambling, like most of them are, I'm noticing. I jump in without a plan, usually, because I feel like that's how you get the rawest Morgan. But anyway, maybe you don't need the rawest Morgan, who knows? Maybe you need nice and soft and considered and scripted and on plan and all that kind of stuff that I don't care about right here. Like, so much of my life is just trying to keep shit from getting messed up. Like, a few of my design jobs have been just like trying to keep things from getting messed up, trying to keep everyone on the same page about things. Financially, I'm sure a lot of people have dealt with the idea of just trying to keep your head above water and stuff like that. I had this problem when I moved out to Los Angeles where I wasn't making a ton of money. I mean, I was making good money, but it wasn't. It was the least amount that I'd ever made. Let's just put it that way. And I had car payments, and I had student loan payments, and it was just tough. And you had to be a little playful with money. You had to keep things from going awry, and there were people that were a little bit more lenient with, you know, maybe you could make a payment a little bit late and they wouldn't care, and you would have the ability to go grocery shopping that month. There's also just in high school between some of my friends, like I remember a specific time at a bowling alley. Two of my friends were like just at each other's throats about to start a big fight, and I had to talk them down. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all, you two are both fighting over someone who doesn't even know you, effectively. Like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Why would you do this to each other? Like, look at what you're allowing yourselves to become. These two hateful beings which should be able to just get along. You don't need to act that way, y'all. Just be friends. Because it's better to be friends than to have broken teeth. That's how I feel about it. So yes, I am a little inebriated, but there's a reason for it. It's because it's fun. Anyway, I only had a pint of beer. See, this is the cool thing. I never drink, and actually I hate the way beer tastes. Like, I hate it. I do not drink. I hate when people get like super drunk and just pass out and get like just crazy irresponsible with their drinking. I only had a bottle of beer, a pint of beer. It was like this big. It was Fruity. It was strawberry beer, because otherwise I hate the way beer tastes. I hate it. I hate alcohol. I hate... Oh, also cigarettes. So gross. But, you know, I used to smoke in college, because it would... Back, you know, you don't have any money. You could just smoke your lunch. It really dims your appetite, which is a useful thing when you don't have money to buy food, but you have $3.31 to buy a pack of 20 cigarettes, which will last you roughly a week and a half. Just, what do you want to pay for? Do you want to go to the grocery store and pay for food that would be difficult to transport home because you can't drive your car? Or would you rather just go to the gas station, get a pack of cigarettes, and like while you're working on stuff, you can just smoke? Like, there's a reason I got into smoking, but I don't recommend it. No way. I would never recommend anyone smoke. Yeah, so did I mention this is going to be a rambly episode? Hope you're still sticking around. Oh, about the intro, about My Drunk Kitchen. I've been watching Hannah Hart, and I just got done watching an episode of Good Eats. There's this guy, Brian Ames. He's got a cool last name. It's AMBS, but it's pronounced Ames. I just think that's cool. He's got a channel where he primarily tests out hot food and sauces and things like that. But a few of his episodes are him preparing food, and he made this awesome pulled pork barbecue stuff that, like, I just can't wait to go buy some pork and try it out. Like, it just looks so good. I don't know, meat's expensive too. So I was realizing the other day, like, I haven't eaten like meat really in any kind of like large or regular capacity at all like that. It's like the lack of spending ability is actually pushing me away from meats, which I find surprising. Not necessarily, well, not really super surprising, because meat's expensive. There's cheaper things you can buy, like pasta and noodles, really starchy things that are like super high in carbohydrates that pack energy onto you. It's all just fat that your body ends up burning later. I like the idea of being able to make really good food and have people over and just have guests, have parties. Wow, what is that outside? Okay, so like I know you heard that. I know you can probably still. I know you heard that. I try not to react to the noises outside on camera just because it's whatever. It's Saturday night, by the way. Happy Sunday morning. It's Saturday night, and so I live on a street that's very straight, and people just drive really fast up and down it. We've had people run into the building next door. We've had car crashes outside. Google Murderloft, you'll see where I live. Anyway, and like it's really difficult to keep going, like to keep talking without stopping or saying and okay when there's that stuff going on outside, especially when it's crazy stuff that sounds like a car in park being dragged down the street, like what that was. It was just wild. And it's really weird living around here. Like, the videos I have, the earlier videos I have that have the sounds of birds in them, I really, really like that, because I really like the sounds of birds, which I've also described in, I don't know, one of those vlogs where I was going back and forth to Sephora a lot. But the sound of birds I find really relaxing, because birds are just, it's fun to watch them, like to watch them be little bird creatures hopping around and talking to each other and just kind of living their bird lives and then flying off. It's just really cool. I hope you don't judge me too harshly for having a beer. Just, I've never been inebriated in any of these vlogs. I don't plan to be inebriated in any more vlogs. It might happen. I don't know. But I just feel like I needed a beer tonight. I was getting restless, like deep in my soul. And I needed something to calm that shit down. And since I stopped smoking weed, because I can't anymore, when I do, my intestines just tell me to F off. And I end up in the hospital in the morning. It's a condition called cannabinoid hyperemesis, or hyperemesis. I can never pronounce that second word correctly, or know whether I'm pronouncing it correctly. I've never heard anyone say it. Even when I'm at the hospital, I'm like, I have cannabinoid hyperemesis. They never go, oh. Like, they never try and say the word back to me with any kind of correct pronunciation. Now, admittedly, I'm laying in the bed going, oh my god, like freaking out about it. But I don't know how to pronounce that word. Anyway, so because I can't smoke, not that I have anything to smoke anyway, I needed to have a beer. And that was all I wanted. Again, I absolutely hate the taste of beer, and 2 of these beers is too much for me. I can't do it. It's not like I get too drunk. It's that I just can't consume it. I don't have the space inside me for it. So I hope you're not judging me for trying to feel good. Yeah. Oh. Awkward quiet moment. I don't know if I have anything else to talk about. Oh, I do. Okay, so Friday the 13th was a crappy day for me for two reasons. One, and this is gross. If you want to skip it, if you want to skip this part, just go like a few minutes forward. I found, okay, an exterminator left some sticky traps in here, and I don't know where they all are. And so they're mostly all gone, but there was one actually, oh, it was actually right under the couch right here. And every once in a while mice will get in here. I already know you know where this is going, so I'm just going to explain what happened. At around 5 in the morning on Friday the 13th, I start hearing what kind of sounds like a chirping or something like that. I later on find out that it's a mouse that was stuck to a sticky trap, and it was just, oh, it was the grossest situation. That's all I'm going to say about it. It was the grossest situation to deal with. I dealt with it. Ew, I never want to have that issue again, because that was like existential woe put upon me by the mouse gods that were just like, I can't believe you've let this happen in your residence, Morgan. How dare you let a mouse die like that? And then I told some of my friends, and they're like, oh, that's so inhumane. I'm like, I didn't even know it was there. I didn't want it to happen. Ah! The second thing that happened was, in with those opportunities that I've been talking about and why I started the fundraiser, and like things are going to be happening later for me, payment wise, and like getting stuff going again. There was a job that I was interviewing for, which is, I explained a little bit of the post interview stuff in a vlog that I actually ended up taking down because it was like me crying a lot. If you haven't noticed, I took down all the vlogs that I'm crying in, just so you know, because I don't really want that out there. Like, I want to give you all the truth, but I honestly, like, I don't want to make things that are depressing and crappy that scare people off. I don't want to do that shit. And I have a pretty good feeling I've been doing that stuff lately. So if you're watching and you haven't watched in the last few vlogs, please know that I thank you for coming back. I apologize for being too damn emotional. Blame the pills! Anyway, I feel like I should clarify. There's no drugs going on, pill-wise. It's like antidepressants and shit like that. You know, the pills we all take. Anyway, so the other job, I found out on Friday the 13th that I was no longer in the running for that. That's the job that I had been waiting for 6 months to find anything out about. I can say that it was started out as a job for the position was a user interface designer, and that was literally it. It was just UI designer, basic user interface stuff. The Hum prototype on my website was the project that I made for them as like kind of like an employment test to kind of get an idea of how I make stuff and all that. And so I got the email from them on the 13th saying, hey, we're no longer looking, like we're no longer, well, whatever. I don't need to explain that particular part, but they changed what the job was like a month ago to product designer. Now, I had previously looked at and like applied for product designer jobs. I never get them for whatever reason. I don't really know necessarily why, because why not? Like, I have experience designing products. You can see them on my website. You can see my website and Murderloft. Anyway, but I didn't get that, and like, they changed the job description on me. So what the hell was I supposed to do? And this is all like post-event realization stuff, where I'm now just realizing how ridiculous that entire situation was. But yeah, so that's what happened with that. And yeah, Friday the 13th just sucked. I also, paid a large sum of money to my landlord that day. So that was just like a deafening transaction because it was for the new rent, because my rent renews in May. So like, I should probably look at moving soon. I unfortunately don't have a job with pay stubs or a job at all, so I can't necessarily move. Most landlords are smart and require people who actually make money to live in their residences. I understand. Sorry, there's a gnat. I understand. I understand why they do this, but it's frustrating for people like me who have a very high capability of making good money, but for whatever reason, everyone's just like, oh, no, 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 we'll let someone else take you. We'll let someone else take you. We'll let someone else take you. Well, eventually, there's no one else left to take me, and I'm just stuck with nothing. But whatever, you don't need to hear that negative shit. Here's a question that I know nobody will answer. That's pessimistic as shit. Here's a question that I hope somebody wants to answer. No. A thing I want to do is my band that Melinda, Redgrave, and I are in. Of course, it's my band. I'm in it. Wolf Helvetica. We would like to do a video explaining all the music. So we're probably going to do that in a few days. I don't know when, but we want to talk about it. We hope y'all want to listen. And if you haven't heard the album, it'll be a good way to get into it, because then you'll know what it's about. I can tell you what it's about right now, but that would kind of jump the shark, and then we wouldn't be able to tell you about, I'm probably using that term incorrectly, we wouldn't be able to tell you about the actual music in the video that's coming up. So keep an eye out for that. I wish I had some kind of cool sign off. I don't have anything. So thank you for watching. I appreciate everything, and have a good day. Bye.